Welcome back. Today we're walking through AnyCollateral on LeverUp, what it is, which assets are supported, and exactly how to use it when you're opening a trade. If you've ever had to sell a token just to free up margin before placing a position, this feature changes that workflow entirely. Let's start with the problem AnyCollateral is solving. On most perpetuals exchanges, before you can trade, you need to convert everything into USDC. That means selling your MON, or whatever token you're holding, before you can open a position. You're taking on price exposure you may not want. And depending on your jurisdiction, that conversion may also be a taxable event, even if your only goal was to open a trade. AnyCollateral removes that requirement. You can deposit Monad ecosystem tokens directly as margin and open a leveraged position without selling your underlying holdings first. Your tokens are locked as collateral while the trade is open, and you maintain economic exposure to them the whole time. Now let's talk about which assets are currently supported. As of now, there are four: USDC, which is LeverUp's stablecoin baseline; MON, the Monad native token; LVUSD, LeverUp's own stablecoin; and LVMON, LeverUp's MON ecosystem synthetic token. Each of these can be selected as collateral in the order panel when you're opening a position. Before you assume $100 of MON gives you $100 of margin, there's a concept you need to understand: the collateral ratio, or CR. The collateral ratio is a percentage between 0 and 100%, and it's set by the protocol for each supported asset. The formula is straightforward. Your available margin equals the deposited value multiplied by the collateral ratio. USDC has a CR of 100%, so $100 of USDC gives you exactly $100 of margin. But MON, because it's a more volatile asset, might carry a CR of, say, 70%. In that case, $100 of MON gives you $70 of available margin, not $100. The CR exists for a practical reason. Volatile assets can lose value quickly. If the protocol let you use the full face value of a volatile token as margin, a sharp price drop in that token could immediately undermine the margin backing your position. The discount is a buffer. It protects the protocol's ability to handle that risk while still letting you use the token. One more thing on CR. It's set by the protocol and it can change. Always check the current CR displayed in the interface when you're opening a trade. Don't rely on a number from a previous session or from an article, including this one. The live interface has the current value. Now let's walk through how to actually select your collateral when opening a trade. Open the order panel at App, LeverUp, Size. Choose your direction, long or short, and set your leverage. Then look for the collateral selector in the order panel. It's a dropdown. Open it and choose your preferred asset: USDC, MON, LVUSD, or LVMON. Once you select it, the panel automatically recalculates your available margin based on that asset's collateral ratio. Enter your position size and confirm, as you normally would. That's the core flow. But before you go ahead and use MON or LVMON as collateral, there are a few risks worth flagging explicitly. The first is that your liquidation price can move even when the market you're trading hasn't. If you're using MON as collateral and MON's price falls, your available margin shrinks. That shrinkage moves your liquidation price closer to your entry, even if the asset you're trading, say BTC or ETH, hasn't moved at all. You're carrying two independent sources of price risk: the direction of your trade and the value of your collateral. The second risk is what happens when you use MON as collateral for a long MON position specifically. You're long MON through the position itself, and your collateral is also tracking MON's price. If MON falls, you take the loss from both directions at the same time. That's double exposure, and it's something to be deliberate about. The practical fix is, if you're using volatile collateral, Use lower leverage than you normally would. Stacking high leverage on top of volatile collateral means two things can move against you simultaneously. Give yourself the breathing room. There's also a longer-term vision behind any collateral that's worth knowing. This isn't a one-time feature, it's an ongoing program. As monad ecosystem tokens demonstrate real communities and on-chain traction, they get reviewed and can be added to the supported collateral list. The goal is for LeverUp to become the financial layer for the entire monad ecosystem, where any monad-native asset can be put to work as productive capital, rather than just sitting in a wallet. Projects can apply to have their token added at AC, LeverUp, ZIs. Let's do a quick recap. AnyCollateral lets you use USDC, MON, LVUSD, or LVMON directly as margin without selling first. Each asset has a collateral ratio that determines how much of its value counts as available margin. The CR can change, so always check the live interface. Using volatile collateral introduces a second source of risk. Your liquidation price can shift even if the market you're trading doesn't move. And if you're new to this, keep leverage lower when you're using non-stable coin collateral. If you want to go deeper on collateral risk and how liquidation actually works on LeverUp, the next article in the series is How Liquidation Works on LeverUp. That one's essential reading if you're planning to trade with MON or LVMON as collateral. And if you want to understand how LVMON itself works beyond its use as collateral, check out the LVMON staking guide. Both are linked in the show notes. See you in the next one.